One thing I've learned in taking pictures is that you gotta keep your eyes open. And this is a picture that I wouldn't have found if I wasn't really looking around. This was about 9:05 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and my wife and I were trying to load the kids in the car to get everybody ready for, well, we're already ready, but we're trying to get everyone in the car so we can get to Sunday school and then church. And it's actually our car behind the mushroom. There's that big blue splotch. That's our car. It's just a blue car. And we're getting in the car, and I look down, and I see this tiny little mushroom. It's maybe the size of a dime. It wasn't anything big or noteworthy to speak of, but it looked really cool, poking out through the undergrowth here. It's really just my lawn. It's not all that special, but it's just poking through the soil up an inch or two into the grass, and you got these drops of dew around it, and the sun's just coming over, this really nice light, and I didn't want to let this slip by, so I ran inside, grabbed my D7100. I think I just grabbed whatever camera had my 50 on it, and grabbed a close-up filter. Once again, I don't remember exactly what filter. I think it was honestly the +10, which I don't normally use, although I keep saying I don't normally use it, except I keep using it more. So maybe I use it more often than I realize. I grabbed the lens, the camera, the lens, and the filter, and came back. And as usual, I always misjudge the aperture to shoot these things at. I started at like f4, thinking that's a pretty shallow depth of field. And no, it's not. When you're shooting that close, f4 is a really unusable depth of field. So I tried f8, eventually f11. Believe it or not, this is f11, and you still have this depth of field that is just super duper shallow. But it worked out such that the mushroom is really nicely in focus, or especially the edge closest to the camera, and you still have these other elements, these sparkles of light and dew. The one just to the left and down of this mushroom, there's this bright point of water. And I like the blue car back there too. It almost looks like sky, but it's not. It's just my car. There's another picture very similar to this on Flickr. If you click this picture, and you're on the blog anyway, if you click this picture and go to my Flickr account, there's another picture of the same mushroom, and the water is actually better. I like the little dewdrops in that one, but the mushroom is in line with that horizontal brown stripe going across the photo, and so it's not as clear. You don't really get a sense of subject isolation. So I ended up with this photo, even though I like the sparkles in the other one better. And it's rare you'll find the perfect picture that you take. There's often some sort of trade-off, but I do like that there's the subject is nice and clear. I like that little dewdrop lower and to the left, and the brown, or the blue of the car. So altogether, it came out pretty well for a totally unplanned picture that came about just because my kids and I had our eyes open.